Hey y'all, welcome back to Cullen TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel on your way in so that you'll be notified each time I post a video. So today we are going to get into uh LaTocha Scott and Tamika Scott. So we got an update on their beef that they have pretty much. If you guys remember, last week Latasha came out with a interview where she of course said that Tamika was lying. She said that she never stole her money, and she also told Tamika in the interview, she stated that she is waiting on an apology from Tamika for lying on her, saying that she stole the money. And yeah, I did not watch that video. I want to say that because I don't like Latasha. We don't know any of these things to be fact or false. We don't know who's telling the truth for sure. But in my opinion, based on what we've seen and what we've heard them say, I definitely believe Tamika. So yeah, I'm not very fond of Tasha. She's a gospel singer, and just sh- she is the reason why a lot of people left church. Like that's why a lot of people grew up in the Baptist church and or whatever black church, honestly, and just kind of strayed away from it the older they got, because you out here singing gospel, but then to your friends and family you are a terrible person. So yeah, that's why I don't really like Tasha. But enough of my commentary. I'm gonna let this video play out all the way to the end. um well, there is one part I'll stop where she shows a text message, and I'm definitely going to read that to make sure you guys don't miss anything. But other than that, I'm just going to let the video play, and we are going to see what Tamika had to say about her sister. Let's go.
Hello, how y'all doing today? I am here and I want to talk to you about something very important. This is something that I am going to discuss only one time. So after today, please don't ask me any questions. Please, reporters, please don't DM me. Please, please, please. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't want to do this. I really, really, truly in my heart do not want to do this. But I don't have a choice. My sister is online saying that I'm lying. She did a video saying, "Oh, you know how she lied," because I said the things that I said about Candy to protect her. She was calling me crying in the phone, talking about a book Jermaine wrote, crying, saying Candy said she broke up the group. So I went to defend my sister and I said a whole bunch of things about Candy. And I apologized. All right. So now she wants to hold that over my head and say that I'm lying about the money that was stolen from me, my royalties that were stolen from me. And she wanted an apology. So now I guess I'll just wait on my apology. Let me tell you something. She's not going to get an apology. And after I finish revealing what I'm about to reveal, I don't want an apology from her because I'm not vain like that. I'm not vain. I don't need an apology. I just need you to go somewhere and repent and ask God to forgive you and your husband who's out here being trifling, lying on me and my other group members, sending threat text messages from an anonymous number, but then turn around and do a video and say the same thing that's in the threat text. Girl, you and your husband got to be the most simplest criminals in the world. How are you going to send me a threat text? Let me explain the text. I will put it up here so you guys can see it. And, I might even share the video where she's saying things that's in the text. So I got a threat text about me, Tiny, and Candy. All right. First of all,
All right, y'all, let's read this text. So Tamika was saying that she got the text from an anonymous number. I would bet my bottom dollar that this is Rocky, just based on the way, like the wording of the text. I bet that it's him. And excuse my baby in the background. But Tamika, I have a question for you. Which allegation is worse to the media, you And I'm pretty sure that question mark is not supposed to be there. So it says, Tamika, I have a question for you. Which allegation is worse to the media? You accusing your sister of stealing $30,000, or you texting me sending naked pictures to your sister's husband? We just got our hands on pictures and messages, so we gonna do you a favor and let you apologize to your sister and your mom like you did Candy, who set you up in the first place. Also, we have a video. Sorry, y'all. Also, we have a video of you having sex with someone in 2016, and you can thank the person that's suing you for that. If you don't, we'll send all info to the media, and your Kevin Costner husband, he is throwing a jab at Tamika's husband right there because they met while he was being a bodyguard for Escape. So he's referencing the Whitney Houston bodyguard movie. If you think it's a joke, don't apologize. You will be defending yourself to your children, your husband, and the world. But you're not going to have to face shame by yourself, Lord. He said, there's a video of Todd sucking a TD. Mm, mm, mm,
Well,
mm.
her husband says that I sent him naked pictures. And he says something about Tiny, and he says something about Candy that I'm not going to say, which are all lies.
You see what the big news is, right?
About you stealing the $30,000?
No, about now the news is Tamika, my sister-in-law, was sending me naked pictures. Todd sucking a tranny's dick, and Tiny in trouble. That's about to be the biggest news today. So people, that girl you got coming over there with security for what? Like, you, uh, damn, Tasha, I wish I
Let
could
me
say
ask
He's
you
a
something.
this real
liar.
quick.
He's a devil. He's evil. A lot of stuff has happened over the years where I have protected my sister and her husband because I wanted a family. I didn't want to be an outcast. I didn't want them not to love me anymore. So I took a lot of things, not just off of them, but also off my mom. So I did not want to be out here without love. So of course I let things ride. But to have that thrown back in my face, my loyalty to my family, and for you to say that I'm a liar when y'all are around here trying to extort me and you're sitting here threatening me, saying that I need to apologize and say I made a mistake. No, I didn't make no mistake. Miss Diane already explained to everybody that she signed all of us up for sound exchange.
Well, I signed Escape, every one of them, up for Sound Exchange. And I sent all the paperwork. And Tamika, I did LaTocha, everybody. And Tamika told me when we filled out the paperwork, she was living in New York then.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have the paperwork. And I filled it out and I put it, her address was all in New York and everything. Tamika, my Tamika had gotten her checks, and it was a pretty big check then. I'm thinking it was like close to $20,000 the first time. They got a lot of checks though. And Tamika said, I didn't get my checks. And I said, well, you should have. I said, because Tamika's gotten several checks already. And so we called up to Sound Exchange. Me and Tamika was on the line, and we talked to this guy's name was Joe Mo Grady. I think he's passed away, but back then he was the person we talked to, and he talked to Tamika and she asked him questions about her checks, and he told her that her checks were going to Hampton, Georgia. And so after that, she said, well, I live in New York. How did this happen? And he sent her copies of the checks.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah,
so I
he
just,
sent copies.
he said something about your sister and Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Edward Bivens, because I really didn't know Rocky's
Right.
name
He
was
said Edward
Edward Bivens.
Bivens cashed the checks. But how was I supposed to get my money back?
The only way you could get your money back is you had to prosecute them. And you said, I don't want to do that.
Once we did do the investigation, well, they did. They sent information. Someone sent in, which was my sister, and I will be showing that in a second. She changed the contract and put her name on the contract, saying that she was my manager, and you're going to see that in a second. And then they put they sent my passport. It was a lot of
I know
stuff.
he said, that they had proof. They thought it was you and everything, and but there's only reason that you couldn't get your money back is you would have to prosecute them.
No one has a reason to lie. And you're going to see with the receipts. And if
Yeah.
it wasn't for Miss Diane, none of us, me, Candy, my sister, Tiny, nobody would have gotten these checks from Sound Exchange. If it wasn't for you finding out about that royalty,
Well, see, my husband with the TAMs, I signed them up, and that's how I found out about it. And our business managers in New York told me about it. So that's kind of how I knew about Sound Exchange.
Thank you for doing that, because we're still getting checks today.
That's good. Get them checks.
Yes, love you.
But I love Tasha still. I mean, I love her. I mean, and I would never lie on none of y'all. I love y'all.
I know.
Y'all my babies.
Somehow, my information was changed and sent to Sound Exchange. Now, when my sister was asked about Sound Exchange, she acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. So I'm not gonna do too much, but I will clear my name. I will show you a few pieces of evidence that shows how they went in and they changed my address to their address, how they changed my email. Everything that Miss Diane did was changed by my sister, LaTocha Scott. I will give you evidence. Now, the misconception is the 30,000, it wasn't one check, it was multiple checks. It wasn't just one. So I was very nice. I was being very nice to say that only 30,000 was stolen from me. I was very nice to say only 30,000 was taken from me, stolen from me rather. So, you want your apology? How about I give them proof what you did? Just a little bit, not a lot. I'm not trying to bury you. You just need to stop being out here saying these false things, you and your husband, these threats and everything else. It's not going to work. Oh, yeah, one of the threats were that my tape, I have a sex tape that I did. Yes, when I was in my 20s, I did a sex tape. So, I didn't want to take it back to my house, so I gave the tape to my sister and told her to hold it. So, I can watch it every now and then. I just got to be honest with you. I was looking good on the tape. But anyway, I gave it to my sister, so I went back to get it. She said someone stole it out of her safe. So I said, okay, well, who got the safe code? Who got the code to your safe? She said only her and her husband. But somebody stole my tape. Now I'm about to be blackmailed by them. If I don't apologize, they're going to put the tape out. This is what the text says. So, you know what? You're not going to scare me. You got my tape, but you said you didn't have my tape. Now all of a sudden you want to extort me and put the tape out? And you're doing a gospel album. Let's talk about that. So at the beginning of last year, my grandmother and my mom all were saying they wanted me and my sister to do a gospel album. So the management at the time went and I sat down with her, and she said that Motown Records offered me and my sister a gospel deal, right? So my sister came up to my house March of last year. Came up, spent the night, got snowed in. We were singing, we were cooking, having a good time. But it was a scratch in the record when I told her that we need to split everything down the middle. We need to write everything. We need to create everything together. And all of a sudden she was outraged. She was like, well, this is what I do. I do music. You can do screenplays and you can write plays and movies, but I'm the singer in the family. So me and my husband was looking like, what just happened here? We're sitting here talking about a gospel deal for us. And she just went bananas. I'm the singer. I'm this. I write. I do this. So in between all that eyes, I was tired from cooking and cleaning. I fell asleep on her butt. But when I fell asleep, my husband said she kept talking. He walked out. She was just mad. So when she left my house, she never mentioned it again. And now she posted receipts on her thing saying that Rocky got us the deal. But if you look real close to the paperwork, like I did, I screenshot it and read it. It says, dear, whatever the guy name was. She was asking questions. She said, what was his name? The manager, Rocky, and I. So the and I was not Rocky. It was the lady who sat down with us and told us who she got us the deal. Our old management. So how did Rocky get us the deal? I'm just so sick and tired of her praising him like he's God. It's like she want him to be this big. Okay, Tamika, stay focused. Stay focused. But he did not get us the deal. I'm sure he was the one that talked her out of it, or both of them, because it's how you steal my money and steal our gospel deal. Oh, and it gets better. Check this out. So I have people calling me, sending me. I'm in church. This is the crazy thing about it. I'm in church and I got a text, and somebody said, "What's going on with this?" So evidently, if you go on your cable network and you look up a show, underneath the show will tell you who the actors are or who the people are that's on the show. Someone has went and replaced my pictures with my sister. So not only did you steal money and our gospel album that we told grandmama that we were going to do, but now if you all go look, now my image is gone and is replaced with her pictures. Yeah, it's just a lot of cricket stuff that has happened. And it's something about Todd, he said in the text. But it's crazy because things that were in that threat text, when my sister did her interview on her bus, dogging everybody out, talking about Candy, talking about I lied, certain things that were in that threatened text was in what she said. Wow. They mentioned a tattoo that only she knew about. They mentioned the sex tape that mysteriously disappeared. They mentioned pictures that was never sent to him when he cracked my door phone by saying he was my ex-husband. They are evil, evil people, but I'm not going to allow you to keep sitting out here and giving false narrative about me. I've had your back. I was stupid. I did things and you throw it in my face and you want to do a video saying, "Oh, you know how she is." I owned up to that. When I was wrong, I apologize. This time, I'm not wrong. The evidence is here. I'm not talking about this anymore after this. Now the world knows that you are a liar that is doing a gospel album. Thief. Stealing from the church, stealing from your sister, stealing my identity. But what you won't do is steal my pride. Go ahead. Leak the tape that you said you lost. Go ahead. Embarrass your niece. Go ahead. Because you really don't care nothing about them because you would have never stole for them in the beginning. Go ahead and watch what God does. God don't play about me. I don't hurt nobody. I don't do nothing. And the thing I did about Candy, I was in my late 20s. We're almost 50 years old. And you still holding it over my head. But I'm glad that she forgave me. But I forgive you as I did before. Never meant to mention it. I was just pushed in a corner because you tried to destroy me in that first scene. But hey, it's life. And like you said, we're sisters, but not by choice. Words are powerful. And I'm starting to listen. It's the difference between hearing and listening, and I'm listening. Well, I love you. But what you won't do is make me look like a liar. Mm-mm. I've grown from my mistakes, and I've learned. And I'm not letting nobody put nothing over my head of my past. Who do you, ma'am? Don't have to apologize to me. Go apologize to God and apologize to my nephew and apologize to my children. God bless you, girl. Repent because one day we're going to see God and we're going to have to give account for everything that we're doing. Oh, you're doing gospel. That's right. So you know this. And I hate this. This is so petty. It's so childish, but it's so necessary. Keep my name out your mouth. God bless you, sis. And world, I will give you an apology because this right here is so dumb. This is probably like 10 minutes of your life that you can't get back because of some childish sister stuff that's going on by my sister and I. So I apologize to you for this mess. This is not the life that we're supposed to show. We're supposed to show a life of forgiveness, a life of love. God did not give us this platform for this. And I apologize for us misusing this platform. And I will not talk about this ever again. Pray for us. I love you. Thank you for your support. And again, to my fans, I apologize for this buffoonery that we've taken you through. It stops here. I have nothing else to say now. I've given you the proof, so now you know who's lying and who's not. Now, back to the real world, back to who we are now, back to us. So, we have what, 2 more episodes left for this show? And I know y'all been rocking with me because I've been getting DMs, I've been getting good messages, I've been getting mean messages. But that just goes to show that y'all rocking with us. Thank you. Thank you for watching and giving us that support. You know, we're trying to figure things out. And I know people say, oh, y'all too old for that. But really? Is it a such thing as being too old? It means you can't make mistakes when you're older. We're trying to figure it out, y'all. And I know we're too talented for this buffoonery. We're too talented for this mess. Yes, we are. So we're getting ready to start bringing you some music. We're going to give you some music. If y'all still want to rock with us, because I don't know. Because it's been a crazy roller coaster. Y'all didn't deserve this, all right? So we're going to get y'all some music. Make sure y'all come to the shows. It'll just be 3 of us. You can see me, Candy, and Tiny doing our thing on stage. You know, that wasn't by our choice. You know, it just, things happen. But when you get lemons, you make lemonade. And that's what we had to do. We're going to continue to make lemonade. We're going to add a little strawberry and everything else to that. All right, y'all. I don't talk y'all enough. And I just had to share some things with y'all and let you know what's going on with this blackmail and extortion and the lying and the stealing. It's off me. A weight has been lifted. And now I can live in the truth. Not my truth. The truth. There's a difference. So, love you guys. Keep kicking it with us in our dysfunction.